Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this Vormor scan translator. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So on the back here it says Vormor X5, 1 gig of RAM, 8 gig of ROM. The CPU is the MTK 6580, and that CPU that's also used in smartphones and tablets and things. So let's open it up. So here's the device itself. Looks like it has some plastic on the front here. I'll pull that off. There we go. The box here has a manual and a USB-C charging cable. So the device has a button on the front here. Here's the charge port. Looks like a speaker. We have a couple buttons on the side. Looks like they might be microphone and power. So let's take a look at the manual. So here it says Vormor Scanner is an AI product that integrates image stitching, OCR, text translation, voice, and other technologies. In scenarios such as overseas travel, foreign language learning, and business exchanges, the problem of language barriers is effectively solved. So here's the unit. So there's a diagram with buttons on here, but they're kind of blurred out. But I think I can figure out what's what. So we have a power button here, red voice button here, and that's also a volume up, blue voice button here, that's a volume down, 4 is the touch screen, 5 are the microphones A and B, 6 is the return button AI, so that would be the main button here, 7 is the pen tip, and 8 is the USB Type-C port. Okay, so I'm going to charge this up, and when I'm doing that I'll read through the instructions and we'll take a look at how this works. So when I plugged this in while it's charging, it was telling the percent charge. I don't know how to make this come back up on the screen, it just goes blank after a second. Okay, so I've charged this up. I'll unplug the charge cable. We're at 100%. So this is a very glossy screen, so it can be a little tricky here to record. So bear with me. So to turn it on, we'll hold down the power button. There it says Vormor Scanner. It says hello. It says select language. I'll tap it. So I don't know what that button said, but I tapped it, and then it has English here now. So it says initialization requires a network connection. I'll say setup. It says hold down the leftmost of the screen and slide it to the left to return to the previous page. I'll hit got it. Turn on Wi-Fi. I'll select a network. I'll enter my password in. Okay, I've connected to Wi-Fi. I'll hit back here. It says click OK to start initializing offline resources. I'll hit sure. Okay, that has completed. So it has two menu screens here. We have text scan translation, phonetic translation, text excerpt, intelligent recording, dictionary, favorites, MP3, and setting. So I'll tap on setting here. So we have Wi-Fi, volume, brightness, we have date and time. So the time zone is off right now. I'll need to change that. So that fixed the time. Standby time is 1 minute. Automatic shutdown is 30. Let's see what we have for choices here. We have 15, 30, or 60, or never. Standby time, I don't know how high up that goes. Okay, so it looks like we have 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, and 5 minutes. We have language we already set. Fold line scan, that allows you to scan multiple lines. We have Bluetooth, so this I think can connect up to Bluetooth headphones. So next we have pilot switch. So this will give you instructions on how to use it. Once you learn how to use it, you can turn this off. We have upgrade, reset, and about. So let's dig right in and do some text scan translation. So I'll tap that. So we can slide to the left, we can slide to the right. So if we slide from the right, this is reading switch. All, original or translated. Offline identifying language. We have Chinese, English, or Japanese. So it can identify these three languages offline, but you'll need to be online for other languages. And then we have translate language here. So I'm going to do Spanish. So I have this camera manual in Spanish. Let's just try the front here. So I'll press down. I'll drag across this. And it will translate.
Manual del usuario. Manual del usuario.
There we go. So I translated from Spanish to Spanish. I think this actually needed to be English here. Let's try that again.
Manual del usuario.
So it translated it here. We can tap on that and it will read it.
User's manual.
So here's some more text. Let's try this. So there's a little blue line here on the tip, and when you press down on here, it turns a light on, and you want to drag it across, and you want to hold it at I think around an 80 to 45 degree angle. Let's try this over here. There we go. I did a multi-line this time. I did it a little bit faster.
Alinee la marca de montaje del objetivo con la marca de montaje del cuerpo de la... Align the mounting mark on the lens with the mounting mark on the camera body. Then position the...
Okay, so we're to translate that. Now, most people aren't going to be translating a camera manual that you also have an English version of, or you can download online. Typically, it would be things like menus or maps or things like that. But this is what I have available. Next, we have Phonetics Translation. So I'll tap on that. So this is going to give us 2 buttons here, and it's one for each speaker. So I'll pull over, and we have a keyboard language. So let's do French. So we have French on the left, English on the right. So we can press this button here. Hello.
Bonjour.
And we can also press the corresponding buttons down here. So this was the power button. These are the microphone buttons. So I can say, hello, my name is Rick.
Je ne peux pas dire bonjour. Je m'appelle Rick.
So as the English speaker, this would translate it to French for the French speaker. So I could say something like, are you hungry?
Avez-vous faim?
I can hold down the French button. Oui.
Yes.
So it's been a long time since I've taken French. So you can have a conversation with someone. So this does require Wi-Fi for this feature, and most features do require Wi-Fi on this device. So you can press those corresponding buttons on the side to have a conversation with someone in another language. So that's really slick. And according to the description on Amazon, this supports 112 different languages. Now the scanner supports 55 different languages. Next we have text excerpt. So I can hit new file. It says please scan the text with the pen. Okay, so now I can swipe from the left. I'll hit done. I can edit that. It says, are you sure you want to save the file? I'll say sure. It says operation is successful. So you can use that to take notes and such. You can scan things and then go into here. We can tap on it and we can see what we scanned. Next we have intelligent recording. I'll tap new recording. Tap the microphone. This is a test. Save recording. Tap on this and now I can listen to it.
This is a test.
I'll go to the next screen. We have dictionary. So this allows us to scan a word.
Download center.
And then I can tap on one of the words.
Download.
And it will say how to pronounce it.
Center.
It also has some examples here.
And that was no B team standing beside him on the center of the metals platform.
So it's very dimmed out on those, so I'm not exactly sure why that is. And then we can tap on that, we can set favorites. So next we have favorites, and those are the things we looked up. Next we have MP3. So you can connect this up to a computer, and just like you would an Android phone, there's a music folder, and you can put MP3 files in there, and then you can listen to them. Now there's not a tremendous amount of storage on here, so you're not going to use this like a traditional MP3 player to listen to hours and hours of music. But you could have, say, an audiobook, or maybe you recorded some audio you want to listen to somewhere, and you can load it onto this device. So this button here is the back button. So I'm on like electronic dictionary, I can hit this, it will send me back. If I go to text translation, we can go to back, and you can also swipe back usually too. So like I said, this does have some offline features for text translation to Chinese, Japanese, and English, but you're going to get the most out of this when it's connected up to Wi-Fi. So you could connect this up to a Wi-Fi in a building, like if you're at a restaurant, you could connect to the local Wi-Fi, or you could connect this to the hotspot on your telephone. So if you're traveling, it's probably easiest to connect this up to your phone, and then if you go to a place that has Wi-Fi, switch it over to their Wi-Fi to save on your data. I don't have an easy way to measure it, but I'm guessing this doesn't take a tremendous amount of data. Okay, so I'm on my computer here. I wanted to demonstrate plugging this in. So I'm on a Mac, and I have the Android file transfer software installed, so it automatically brought this up. If you're on Windows, you can go to Windows Explorer, and it will open up a similar interface, although you have less folders here. So the three that will show up on Windows are Excerpt, Music, and Record. So let me just open those here. And you can see here's the excerpt. This is the text file that we created, and record is the audio and the text that we recorded. So excerpt was what we scanned, and record is what we recorded with our voice. And then music is where we can put music. So I have this music here. I'll just copy this over. And this says music, but you can put text here also, or spoken word, books, things like that. So if I wanted to open this file, I'd have to drag it to my computer first, then I can open it. So I put some music on here. Let's go to MP3. I can play it. So let's go to settings here and let's go to Bluetooth. I'll turn that on. And I have a speaker here. I'll turn this on. So then I tap on Bluetooth. It has two things here. I'm not sure which one's which. Try the second one. Okay, that tried to connect to my computer. I don't want to do that. Oh, here we go. So now it's playing on the Bluetooth speaker. Let's try the Phonetics Translation. How are you?
Comment ça va?
So that is going through this. I don't know if it's using this microphone or the microphone in the Bluetooth speaker. It could be using the microphone in here. So that's the Vormor X5 scan translator. I think this is a pretty slick little product. This would be great if you're traveling to foreign countries and you don't know the language. You could use this to do things like read menus or to ask for directions. I can't imagine you'd have a long conversation with this using like the Phonetics Translation. I think it's convenient for short phrases and such, but this isn't really ideal for, say, translating television shows and things like that. But the text scan translation would be great for reading menus, directions, things in a hotel room. You could probably read parts of books. Now, if you're learning a language, you could use that. If you're reading, say, a foreign language book and you don't know a word, you could scan it and then get the English translation to it or whatever language you are using. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.